Good evening and welcome to Wintercrest Park here in Coon Rapids for some town ball, Metro League Baseball, and Minneapolis River Rats visiting the Coon Rapids Redbirds. Hot day earlier today. The heat's starting to fade out as the sun starts to retreat behind the trees, and we're getting ready for the first pitch. Jeremy Smith here with Howie Shapiro.
Jeremy, it's an honor to be able to call a game with you. We've done it in the past, and I'm sure we'll do it in the future, and it's always a lot of fun.
Always a good time as we see the first pitch here. Jumping straight into the action.
Aaron Clark will be your first batter for the 12 and 17 River Rats.
Takes another pitch for a ball there. 2-0 count.
Taylor Nelson on the mound comes in with a 4.55 earned run average and a 2-2 record overall.
And he gets that one over for a strike. 2-1.
You see the Redbirds at 15 and 13 on the season. It's an important game for them. You know, they've got a few games left in their league, Jeremy, and they'd like to see if they can finish out in fourth place, get a good spot.
Hits that one out to left, but easily tracked down. Joe Lewis out there to make the grab. Put the first out away.
Joe Lewis, one of Joe Young's favorite players.
He does.
He likes
the Joes.
He likes Joe Lewis in particular.
And that'll bring up Jack Watson, third baseman for the River Rats. First pitch away inside there.
This River Rat team is made up of men that went to De La Salle, Minneapolis Washburn, even a Hopkins grad on this squad.
Grounds that one over to short. Little reach there for Dan Hansen to pull it in, but he gets it, and that's 2 away. Got the lineup there for the River Rats. Clark and Watson already down. Duffy, Nehigh, sorry. Hansen, Zenda, Watson, Leffler, and Stone, the DH, down at the bottom of the order. Duffy stepping in there, taking the first pitch from Nelson.
Well, it looks like Kyle Schoenbrick is at first, and Dan Hansen's in left.
Nice.
I'm sorry, in right.
Already made a switch on us. Good pitch by Nelson to catch the outside there. 0-2. Thinks about that one, but it's a little low. Defense out there, as we mentioned. Lewis, Skog, and Hansen out in right now.
Yep.
Nelson Stein behind the plate there. So we get a 2-2 pitch. I'm sorry, 1-2. 1 and 2. So Hansen out in right field now, and
Schoenbrick is at first.
there we go.
We'll get it straight here.
We'll by the third or fourth inning, we'll have it set, and then they'll start substitutions.
Well, and then they'll change the whole thing on us.
There we go. Well, you got to give us something to do, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
2-2 pitch on the way from Nelson. Oh. 3-2 pitch round. Walks his first batter there.
So the River Rats put a runner at first with 2 away, trying to see if they can keep this inning going.
And that'll bring up Dave Nehigh. River Rats shortstop.
Cleanup hitter, looking to see if he can keep this inning alive.
Nelson's first pitch straight over for a strike.
Not a big lead off the bag for Duffy.
Nelson sets up. That one's grounded straight towards second base. Scooped up. Tags the base for the fielder's choice, and that'll end the top of the first inning. 1 walk, no runs scored. You're watching baseball on CTN Coon Rapids.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Know what you're doing soon. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Reach out, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
back at Wintercrest Park. Look at the Coon Rapids Redbirds there on the bench as they get ready to take their at-bats. Out on the mound, Christian Bronson for the River Rats. And here's who he's going to be facing there in the batter circle. We've got Dan Skog leading it off, Zach Sather, Jake Paulson, Dan Hansen, Mighty Joe Lewis, Joe Nelson, or Joe Young's favorite there. Kyle Schoenbrick, Keen Paxton at DH, Doug Grobner and Tyler Stein round out the order for the Redbirds. And the defense there, we mentioned Browson out on the mound, Duffy behind the plate. Infield left to right is Watson, Nahi, Zenda, and Clark, assuming they haven't made any substitutions else.
I'm looking around, I don't see any.
All right, we got Watson out in left field, Leffler in center, and Luke Hansen out in right field.
Well, Dan Skog leading it off, hitting .326 as he gets ready to step to the plate. You know, a lot of these players from the Coon Rapids team are players who Joe and I have seen over the years in the high school, and I'm sure you as well, as doing the amount of games you have with us.
They usually don't let me have a microphone, though. So
Yeah, but you know, you kind of lurk about, so.
I fill whatever holes I need to.
You're the utility player. You're like the
There you
Swiss
go.
Army knife of
Yes.
CTN.
Well, team's only as good as its bench sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, absolutely, and you're the first man off it.
Some days.
Some days.
Well, especially if there's ice cream.
Yeah. Then you don't get on the bench. You're just. I guess Jeremy Millington's going to buy us all Dairy Queen, so that'll be nice.
It's fantastic.
It's a 9-inning contest tonight here for Town Ball.
Bottom one as Skog steps in. Browson's first pitch, high and inside, ball one.
Brushed him back a little bit off the plate. Now we'll see what both pitchers as far as location. Nelson looked like he had his location pretty well in that first half inning.
Second pitch misses, 2-0.
First pitch up and inside a little bit. Second pitch down and low. Nice
Third pitch from Browson right over the middle there, yep.
Nice fastball. Get that strike, 2-1.
Sets and throws. Little low outside for ball three, 3-1 count to Skog.
He's trying the last 2 out of the last 3 pitches, trying to work that outside portion of the plate.
And we'll see as the game wears on where the umpire likes his strike zone. Good pitch there. Brings the count full. Browson delivers a little bit high and walks Dan Skog out to first base. So the Redbirds have a man on with nobody out, bringing Zach Sather up to the plate.
Yeah, that's the way they want to start this inning. Get your first base runner on the bag and see if you can move them along. Say they're another name from the past that we've good athlete at Coon Rapids High School. Hitting .322 as he steps to the plate.
Lefty here. Browson's first pitch high again. 1-0 to Sather. Browson looks over at his runner on first. Not too much of a lead there. Ball 2 to Sather.
I'll certainly say they're in high school, and he had a good career after as well, but he can drive the ball.
Thought about that one, but lets it go by for strike number 1. 2-1 to Sather. Man over on first base. And nothing too aggressive here with nobody out.
Gets a small lead off the bag. Browson really hasn't even looked at him.
Well, Browson hasn't looked at the strike zone too much yet either, so.
He's working it. He's trying to get it around that plate.
Test his limits right now, figure out where the umpire likes it. A 3-1 pitch to Sather. That one's going to be high for a second walk. Tyler Stein walking out to talk to his pitcher. A little bit about his location, I would assume. A little conference out on the mound.
Speaking of location, you know, the big rage is this Pokemon Go. We'll have to talk a little bit about that, is because I know you play it. And
I do. Although there's literally millions of people playing it, so it's harder to find people that aren't playing than are. So.
Well, Neil Hennon and I are two people who aren't playing. Oh, okay. I guess there's more than one in the truck.
All right,
there
Jake
goes your theory
Paulson
down the drain.
watches the first pitch go high again. The fact that you called it Pokemans tells me that you're probably not playing.
Yeah, I'm not playing it. Paulson batting .326 as he steps to the plate. The runners at first and second, nobody out. An opportunity for the Redbirds to see if they can put together some runs here.
Shows bunt, but pulls back for ball 2.
I'm playing the Jamaican version, Pokemon.
Pokemon. I heard that one you can only play in the sunshine.
Oh.
Looks back to the runner at second. Pulls back that bunt as well for 3-0 count.
That pitch did not miss by much, but now Paulson in a tough position here, behind 3-0 in the count.
You hate to walk him loaded in the top
Well,
of the first,
yeah,
bottom of first.
and again, you want to try and get that first out of the inning.
Delivers that one, nice.
Kept that one low in the zone, able to get the strike call. And that was a take all along for Paulson.
I was going to say, Paulson's probably not swinging at that.
He's not swinging at 3-0.
Browson checks his runner at second. That one's bunted down the first baseline. Scooped up. Safe at first base. We're going to look at the replay there. Looks like he beat out the throw.
A little
his foot off the bag.
I don't know if his foot came off the bag. I think let's take another look at it. I mean, look at plenty of time to throw.
Oh,
he just didn't get there in time.
The pitcher intercepted the throw there that was probably meant for the second baseman who was over covering first.
Absolutely.
Little miscommunication loads him up. He gets strike one to Dan Hansen, though, batting cleanup.
Hansen would like to see his record go a little north at 143 right now. Good time for him to break out of this.
Chance for some RBI with a nice hit to left center field there. Drives that one back. That's rolling back toward the fence. 1 run will score. 2, he's in with a double as the runner holds up at third. And that's a nice 2-run single for Dan Hansen.
Yeah, he put it in the gap in left center field and drove it to the fence on the roll. As we talked about, hitting 143, coming in and getting a couple RBI. So, that ball was down a little bit in the zone, but he pushed it to the wall, almost to the fence.
Great placement on that one. Brings in 2 runs, and that'll bring Joe Lewis up to the plate. With 2 men in scoring position, still nobody out here in the first inning.
The lefty batting .296 on the season. Looking to get that average up over the 300 mark. Trying to keep this inning going. Nobody away, runners at second and third.
Takes ball 1 from Bronson there. Hits that one to right center. Center fielder going back to track it, and that one's also in the gap, rolling back to the wall. Looks like he's going to push and hold up at second base. 2 more runs come in, and we got a 4-0 game with nobody out in the first inning.
Boy, he jumped all over that fastball, and he drilled it to right center field.
Back-to-back doubles cash in on those walks, and fielding mistake there at first base. And you hate to be pitching behind 4-0 here in the first inning.
I mean, he just got a hold of all of that pitch. 2 runs easily score.
And that brings up right fielder. Nope, not right field anymore.
First base minder.
First base minder, Kyle Schoenberch.
Hitting 300.
Grounds that one to second. Grounds out, but moves Lewis over to third.
Yeah, just the first out of the inning.
And again, never a bad thing to move over runners when you got
No,
extra outs.
Absolutely.
So, doesn't officially go down as a sacrifice, but in spirit. In spirit.
Right
it
there,
was
I feel it. I feel it. That brings that runner closer to home.
Stepping in here, the DH, Keen Paxton. We talked a little bit about him before the game. He is speedy out on those base paths.
What'd you say, 55 stolen bases in 11 games? That's pretty good.
It's
Hitting 333.
pretty solid there.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get to first base. Second pitch is a strike there, even the count at 1-1.
At this point, just a fly to the outfield brings home a run.
There's the pitch. It's going to be high for ball 2.
Now, Taylor Nelson has to feel pretty good sitting over in that bullpen for the Redbirds. He's going to take the mound at the top of the second with at least a 4-0 lead.
This one's grounded up the middle. Shortstop, lackadaisical jog toward first. That'll be an out, but that scores a run.
Smile on his face. Didn't feel you had to run that one out. Easy out. But did get the RBI. Make it 5-0.
There it is. He barely leaves the batter's
Wheels.
box there.
Wheels, I'll tell you.
There we go. That was Neil Hennon speed there.
No, I think Hennon would have run that one out.
First pitch down and away.
May have taken him a while, but he
to
would have
Doug
run that one out.
Grebner.
Grebner hitting 292 on the season.
Two out of Grebner. Little high on that one there. 3 out of Grebner. And we'll see what Browson does here. Looking for the signal from his catcher. Gets that one over for strike 1.
I'm not sure the Coon Rapids bullpen, I'm sorry, the bench agreed with that strike call. Look a little low.
Well, no doubt about that one. That's an easy call even for me over here, and I'm not an expert, so.
But you play one on TV.
I just play an actor on TV. Browson walks his third of the inning. 2 away here, bottom 1. 5-0 Coon Rapids lead. As Tyler Stein, the 9th batter of the inning, steps in.
Stein hitting 252 on the season, or sorry, even 250 on the season.
Takes strike 1. Runner on first getting a little bit of a lead. Browson's just going to focus on the plate. 1-1. Takes a look back at Grebner, gets him back to the bag. 1-1 pitch to Stein. Hits that one to left field. A little shallow though. Shortstop's there to make the grab. And that'll end the first inning. Coon Rapids scores 5, however, to take a 5-0 lead into the second. You're watching baseball on CTN Coon Rapids.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Welcome back to baseball. Top of the second inning. When Taylor Nelson went to sit down after the first inning, he'd faced 4 batters. Now he comes back out there with a 5-0 lead. That's got to do a lot for your confidence as a pitcher.
Absolutely. You know, it changes the way you probably pitch. You pitch maybe a little more relaxed at this point. You don't want to leave anything up in the zone, of course, and give opportunities to your opponent. But going in there with a 5-0 lead feels pretty good when you're the hometown pitcher.
On the other side of the ball, the other side of the bat, as it were, River Rats can't get down and out early.
No,
you can chip away at that.
Plenty of game left.
Luke Hansen steps in and takes his first pitch outside for ball 1. Second one grounded towards short, fielded easily, tossed over, and 1 away.
Grebner taking his time, had plenty of it to make that throw. And that's what you want. If you're Redbird, and if you're Taylor Nelson, let your defense do the work behind you. You know, keep the ball down in the zone, let him hit him on the ground.
Pitch a little bit more to contact.
Yep.
Travis Zedna steps in here for his first at bat tonight. Strike 1 on the outside. That one's popped up to the infield. First baseman's over, calls everybody off, and puts the second one away.
So a couple quick outs for the Redbirds. Start this second inning, get their squad right back to the plate. Nelson's been efficient so far early on.
Will Watson in there with a full cage on his helmet. Knocks that one to shallow right center field, and that'll drop in for a single.
Yeah, it did enough to find Green with that base hit.
Yeah, nice to get that first hit on the board for the River Rats.
Well, they've got to battle back here, down 5-0. Got to start getting some hits if you want to do that.
Can't score runs if you don't get on base.
That's true.
Unless it's a home run. Number 8 hitter, Paul Leffler here, takes strike 1.
A nice pitch from Nelson. Keeps that ball low inside. Finds that portion of the plate.
Ball too low. Lost, but the runner doesn't go anywhere.
Stein did a nice job. Just make sure he kept that ball in front of him.
1-1 pitch here to Leffler. Nelson sets up. Grounded straight back to Nelson. Easy throw over to first, and that'll end top of the second inning. 4 up, 3 down for the River Rats as the Redbirds come back up to the plate, looking to add to their 5-0 lead. We'll be back in a minute on CTN Coon Rapids.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
First inning recap here. Redbirds swinging away. A couple doubles, a single, a few walks. They managed to get 5 runs in the first inning.
Well, they jumped on Browson early. I mean, you know, a couple of nice drives, as you mentioned. They hit the ball hard.
And they batted through all 9 batters. Dan Skog led off the first, and he will lead off the second as well.
He will.
Great way to start a game on the offense.
Look at.
Oh dear.
Dear.
So what you do is you throw a Pokeball at that.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's how it works.
That deer's running our center field camera.
First pitch is inside for ball 1 to
That
Dan
is Rudy.
Skog. And Browson's second pitch finds the zone there. Skog walked his last time up on a full count. Third pitch hits the dirt. And the count is 2-1. So already his 10th batter here.
Well, yeah, in that
the second inning.
And they worked him. They made him throw pitches in that first inning.
Skog drives that one just past the third baseman for a single. And that's the second time on base today.
Yeah, Watson trying to make the move to his left, but that ball was hit sharply in the hole. There you see the pitch count, 21 balls, 16 strikes, total 37 pitches here.
And he's just facing his
Yeah,
second
the
batter
yep.
in the second inning.
Yep.
And that second batter will be Zach Sather. Walked his last time up. So technically it's his first at bat, right?
That's correct.
Drills that one on a line, but fouled down the first baseline.
Yeah, he turned on that pitch.
Skog not even leading off there. Sather knocks that one. And a fielding mistake there.
I think
Gets
that
him
time,
another base runner.
that time Watson, you know, kind of hesitated a little bit, thought maybe he could get the run at second, and then he misplayed the baseball. So a hit and now an error puts runners at first and second for Coon Rapids with nobody out. They're threatening again here in bottom half of the second.
So Skog and Sather reached base in the first inning and did the same thing in the second here. Paulson again has a chance to bring in some runs. Knocks that one to second. Tags and gets the double play. Nice play there by Travis Zedna.
Boy, and the River Rats needed that. They needed to clear the bases at this point and not allow any runs. Now you've got 2 away and you have an opportunity to get out of this inning unscathed. See it again, nice tailor-made double play, just a quick step on second, Jeremy. Nice throw over to Clark.
That helps a little too.
Yeah, it's good that you get it there.
Dan Hansen steps in. Fouls the first pitch straight back at our camera. Cameraman didn't even flinch. He's a professional.
Well, absolutely. He's used to that. I've seen pucks fly by his head and not even flinch.
That's weird for baseball.
Well, I just, you know, I was making a point of reference because I think pucks come at you a little harder than baseballs, I believe.
Probably.
Yeah. And he still doesn't flinch, so. Baseball, he just doesn't move for
That's
a baseball.
If it's close enough, he
Now, a
just
golf
catches
ball
it.
is coming for his head, then
A little more speed on
a
that.
little more speed on that.
Another great look at that.
Oh, nice camera work.
Oh, that camera didn't even move.
The lens flinched.
Almost got another one there. Fouled back to the screen. And that gets Browson ahead. 1-2 on Dan Hansen.
Again, Browson just like to get out of this inning without any damage.
Got a runner in scoring position over on third. That one's skied to center field. Leffler steps back, makes the catch, and they limit the damage here in the second. No more runs, one runner left on for Coon Rapids, as we'll go to the top of the third.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me? You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please.
Don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Dope.
We still got some fans hanging out, watching the game from the woods.
The scout.
Maybe.
Scouting that lefty.
Shot of the Redbirds there with a 5-0 lead. Top of the third inning. We'll see how Taylor Nelson does this inning. No strikeouts yet this game.
He's been pretty effective. His defense has done a nice job behind him as well, but he's been pretty effective.
As he'll face the number 9 batter for the River Rats, Trevor Stone. First pitch outside for ball 1. As you see there, Minneapolis only has 1 hit so far this game.
Nice pitch.
Another one fouled back to the screen, makes count 1 and 2.
Now a situation for Nelson, get a good opportunity to head in the count 1 and 2. See if he can work that that outside portion of the plate.
That one gets fouled out of the park on the right side.
Maybe Joe will show up a little later and check foul balls for us.
Maybe. So he's only thrown 5 pitches to one other batter this game. And that one counts as it's a strike 3 called on the inside.
Well, just as you say, he hasn't had any strikeouts. He gets a strikeout.
Well, that's the rule of television, right?
Yeah.
Once you mention something, the opposite happens. We'll get another look at that. Great placement on the plate, and the batter knew it right away.
If that's the case, I will not win the lottery.
Fingers crossed for
Yep.
you.
If everything opposite happens.
Top of the order, Aaron Clark. That one
I hit him.
catches his jersey and sends him to first base.
See it
Another
again.
look at it here.
Oh, you can see it just nicked the jersey.
Still counts.
I'm not even sure he thought it hit him.
If the umpire sends you to first, you go to first.
That is true. We only had, just to realize, we only have 1 official here tonight.
That is correct. Well, luckily he doesn't have the sun in his eyes.
Yep.
Jack Watson grounded out back in the first. Takes that pitch for a ball. 2-0 pitch on the way, runner at first. Right down the pipe.
Yeah, nice pitch, because he kept that pitch low. You know, even if he had contact, he would have hit something on the ground. You know, with the defense behind him again, we talked about it, see if they can turn 2.
Watson watches that one go up high. 3-1 count. Runner on first base for only the third time tonight. That one gets popped up left side of the infield. Grosvenor calls off Sather, puts one away. And like you said, Nelson's defense has been solid all night.
Well, yeah, now you get your second out of the inning, and you don't worry about the base run. You just worry about the hitter at the plate and get that third out, get back to the plate.
Get the outs you're supposed to get. Makes the game go a lot easier. Tim Duffy back up. Walked last time he faced Nelson back in the first inning. And this one's hit foul down the right field line and out of the reach of Dan Hansen. We got the right guy out there now.
Good job.
All right, only took 3 innings.
See, what you predicted, it would take about 3 innings before we got things straightened out.
There you go. Maybe I shouldn't win the lottery, too. 0-1 pitch on the way.
Oh, nice pitch.
Thought about it, held back.
Yeah, Duffy did look like he was going to offer, but 0-2. Good spot for Nelson to be here with 2 away. He does it. Gets
him swinging for a second strikeout of the inning. And that'll end the River Rats at bat. 5-0 Coon Rapids lead. We'll be back with more baseball on CTN Coon Rapids.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
A lot of variety on the crew tonight.
Yeah,
shooting
absolutely.
that deer over and over. Apparently no one has a tag to bring it down, though. But the Redbirds have certainly had the number of Christian Bronson tonight.
So far, they're in the bottom half of the third.
The defense out there for the River Rats did get out of the last inning without any additional damage, though. So 4 batters. A lot nicer than seeing 9.
Absolutely.
As Bronson gets warm there, we get a good shot of the catcher, Tim Duffy.
Oh, it's getting dark. It's getting dark. Oh, there it is. Let there be light. Oh, no.
Doing tutorials on how a camera iris works live on the air. Well, Howie, if you're the visiting manager, what do you tell your team at this point?
Hit the ball. But at this point, they're in the field.
Probably don't want to hit it while you're out in the field.
Hit the ball and don't give up any more runs. How's that?
But again, it's a 9-inning game.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Get a couple where you can.
Hey, Coach Jeff Lindstrom.
There we go, out there on the third baseline. Oh.
We're just waiting for the Don of baseball. Don Bright, who's an assistant coach with his squad. He's at the got a VFW game first coming down here after.
Joe Lewis will lead off here in the 3rd inning. The double and brought in some runs last time at bat. Ball 1 up and away.
Well, the key for Browson is just keep the Redbirds players off the bases. You know, you're getting into the bottom half of the 3rd, and as we talked about a 9-inning game, you've got at bats quite often, but you don't want to give up any more runs at this point.
Gets that one across for strike 1. Evens it up 1-1. Ball 2 to Lewis.
Yeah, tough pitch to hold off. Lewis did a nice job of being patient with that one.
Shadows starting to fall across the field there. Strike 2 across, 2-2.
Brought that pitch down low, right at the knees.
And that one bounced off the ground and into the batter. That'll get him over to first base. That's still a hit by pitch if it bounces first?
It is.
Okay. Well, he knew that was coming and he stood there. Took the hit.
Hey, take one for the team.
Exactly. If it gets you on base, it gets you on base.
Well.
Our first baseman, Kyle Schomburg, up now. The runner on first, nobody out. Another high first pitch.
And Lewis getting a nice lead off the bag over at first. Really haven't seen Browson make a move over to the bag yet tonight.
A lot of high first pitches, too. Second one gets grounded to third base, scooped up. Get the out at second. And they get him in time over at first. Good defensive work there by the River Rats.
And again, those are the kind of plays they need to make in the field if they're going to stay in this ball game. Just a quick throw over to the bag at second. Gets rid of it. Tough play, close. But that will clear the bases.
And again, keep him off the bases. That's how you stay in it. 2 away for Keene Paxton. Grounded out in the first inning. Takes that first pitch high. Well, at this point, the scouting report on Browson is just ignore that first one because it's going to be a high ball. Second one inside, turned and fouled down the first baseline.
Hey, tried to turn on that pitch and put it down the first baseline. Good thought from Paxton.
Browson sets in here. 1-1 pitch is low.
Had to dance away from that pitch a little bit.
Fancy footwork. That's why they run those drills, jumping over those little sticks. Two one to Paxton, 2 out, bottom third inning. Browson delivers. High for ball 3. Not much wind tonight. Pretty still. Real comfortable temperature now, though. This one's popped straight up over the pitcher's mound. Whole infield comes in for it, and it gets snagged. Aaron Clark over there to grab it, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the River Rats as they'll bat next here.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Dear Diary.
4 in a row. Back with the deer at Wintercrest Park. Back behind that fence so it won't interfere with any of our outfielders, thank goodness.
Get some speed out in the outfield with that deer.
Real bad with the hands, though.
Yeah. The hoofs.
The hoofs. I don't think they make a glove for that. Catcher's mitt, maybe?
Maybe. Maybe a first baseman's mitt.
Top 4. Dave Nahai, the Redbirds, steps in. First pitch across from Nelson is a strike. Grounding into a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Pops that one off the mask of the umpire.
Good thing that he was wearing a mask.
That's why he wears the mask.
That on Halloween.
Easier to get candy with a mask on. 0-2 gets him swinging.
Unless you walk into the grocery store. That may be a problem.
Yes. That's Nelson's 3rd strikeout. 2nd in a row there. So he's starting to find that zone and catching him swinging, Howie. Luke Hansen steps in. Chops this one over to third base. Throw in time for out number 2. Like we talked about, Nelson's got his defense behind him there.
Easy opportunity for Sather. Just the nice glove and the gun.
Took his time with the throw, didn't force it.
Didn't have to. Had plenty of time.
That's Travis Zedna. Gets his 2nd at-bat of the game.
Good pitch.
Outside corner, strike 1. Nelson's finding the zone pretty well here. That one's popped up, fouled on the left field line. Sather running over. And not quite going to get there, just past the fence.
Good effort, nonetheless. Unlike his teammate when he was running that ground ball out.
Correct. And there's that ball just past the fence. We've got cameras everywhere. Holds up on that one.
Should get that deer to wear a GoPro. That'd be interesting.
Well, you negotiate the contract, I'll hook on the camera.
All right, all right. I have to pay him a lot of dough. Or a lot of dough.
It's a deer joke.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch. Outside brings the count full 3-2. 2 down here. Top 4. Zenda seeing if he can get something going. 3-2 pitches outside. And gets him over to first base.
Hey, you never like to walk the leadoff hitter or the walk with the hitter with 2 away. Keeps the inning alive for the Riverettes.
I'd probably say as a pitcher, there's very few walks that you actually like.
Well, start an inning to get out of an inning are probably the worst, but you're right. Nobody wants to walk a hitter.
Watson fouls that one off for strike 1. One of the lone hits for the Riverettes tonight. In fact, the only hit for the Riverettes. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one catches inside for strike number 2.
And a good spot for Nelson. And the count 0-2.
Lights starting to come on out in the field. Nelson pitch. Popped up shallow on the right side. First baseman's there to make the catch and end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 batter walked. Still 5-0 Coon Rapids lead as they look to add to it here on CTN Coon Rapids.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay, wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Trying to come up with some more deer puns as we come back here to Wintercrest Park. I got nothing.
I got nothing either. Oh.
This is
Run.
where we needed Joe.
Run. Run.
There we go.
Running by the light of the silvery moon.
Coon Rapids 5-0 lead here. Bottom 4.
Yeah, the Redbirds like to see if they can increase this lead here. They scored those 5 runs early and have not been able to put any more runs on the board.
Grebner takes ball 1. Walked back in the first inning.
Nice base hit.
Gets this one through the gap to left.
Not a big crowd here tonight, Jeremy. Usually when Joe's here, if they know Joe's going to be here, they usually pack him in. It's standing room only.
They had
since he's
advance
not here,
notice that there was no Joe.
no Joe.
So no go.
No go.
I think that's the Facebook group, actually. So leadoff single for Grebner. Brings up Tyler Stein, number 9 batter. That one is popped up to the left side of the infield. Watson makes the catch easily.
Yeah, Stein was,
That's
I think,
one down.
like that opportunity back. That pitch was up. He got underneath it. Easy pop-up.
Another look at that catch here. One didn't even put 2 hands up.
He didn't even say mine. I got it.
Back to the top of the order. Skog steps in for his 3rd at bat tonight. Hits that one solid but foul down the left field line. Single back in the first, reached on an error in the second. That one is down in the dirt and the runner goes. Grebner gets over to second easily on that one.
Yeah, he would have made it even if the pitch would have been there. Duffy just had to backhand that.
You can see he was off with the pitch for that one. No need to dirty up the uniform though.
Nope.
It's always nice.
He ran like Millington to the last piece of pizza.
That one gets put on the ground. And they get him over at first base. Runner stays at second.
A good strong throw from the hole at short.
Scott getting over there though, kept him out of a double play situation, so inning stays alive. Sather gets another at bat here.
Well, he gave
this
that
one's
one a
hit
ride.
solid to right field.
It's gone.
And that one is gone. 2-run shot for Sather.
Boy, he just drilled that
Brings
ball.
in 2 more.
Makes it 7-0 now in favor of Coon Rapids. Yeah, he got a hold of that one, and it was no contest. That ball was going to leave the park.
Nice one there as the team comes out to congratulate him.
Looks like Neil Hennon's one of his moonshots.
Well, as long as there's not another deer shot. Another look at that one. Pops that to right field.
Easily clears the fence.
Well, now we got a ball out there for the deer.
Yeah.
There we go. First pitch to Paulson, high, ball 1.
Yeah, if the Deer only knew that it could bring the ball back for a free bag of popcorn, it would do that.
Nice pitch there from Browson for strike number 1. Evens it up, 1-1, 2 away. That one's low in the dirt behind the catcher for ball number 2.
Yeah, now the granted we're still a fair amount of time remaining in this game, but the River Rats now behind by 7 makes their job a little more difficult to try and get back into this one.
2-1 pitch just misses high. 3-1 to Paulson. And that'll be ball 4. Sends him over to first base. Dan Hansen stepping into the box here.
Yeah, Duffy's going to take a walk out to the mound and talk to his pitcher a little bit. Get him settled down here with nobody outrunner at first after already giving up a 2-run shot to Zach Sather.
Don't worry about that runner on first. Just get that out at the plate. Hansen 1 for 2 tonight with a double. Scored some of those runs back in that 5-run first for the Redbirds. First pitch right over the plate. Hit to left. And that one's going to be foul.
Right off someone's car.
That's why you should walk to the park.
I did. I live in New Hope. It's a little bit of a walk, but
0-1 pitch on the way. Throws back over to first. Paulson gets back pretty easily there. Strike 2 swinging to Dan Hansen.
Hitting the count 0-2, and a spot really he hasn't been in much tonight.
Not had a lot of opportunities for that, so.
See what he does with it. 2 out, just try and get out of this inning now.
That one's going to be high for ball 1. Hansen crouched down a little bit there, too. Looks over to the runner at first.
Oh, that was a nice pitch. Bottom dropped out. Called third strike.
Strike 3 called, and that gets Bronson out of the inning, but not after a 2-run shot by Sather to right field. Added a couple more runs for Coon Rapids. There's that strikeout one more time. 7-2 Coon Rapids. We'll be back with more Metro League Baseball on CTN Coon Rapids. Sports game recap. All Redbirds offense in the first inning. Hits to the gap, capitalizing a couple of walks. Brought in 5 runs in a solid first inning. Batted through the entire order. All 9 of them saw the plate there in the first inning.
at the deer.
We
Deer
saw a
was
lot of
drooling over
deer
that.
as well.
Deer was drooling over those base hits.
Then in the fourth,
See ya.
Zach Sather added 2 more with a home run. Top 5, 7-0 Redbirds.
Base hit for the River Rats. Start this top half of the 5th inning off right.
First leadoff hit they've had this game. Leffler reaches, and that brings Trevor Stone to the plate.
You know, they've got some work to do.
Base runner to start the innings, good way to do that. Ball
Yeah.
1 to Stone. He struck out last at bat. First of Nelson's 3 strikeouts tonight. Second pitch is outside, 2-0.
I think, you know, the River Rats have to be patient at the plate, and they have to, you know, pick and choose what they want to do, but they can't be too conservative, down 7-0. Got to take some chances. Nice pitch there.
Nelson gets that strike across. 2-1. This one's down for ball 3. Leffler on first base. 3-1 count to Stone. Nelson looks for a sign. This pitch comes inside for a walk. 2 men on for the River Rats, and that's how you want to start a comeback.
Yeah, and it's a tough start to this inning for Nelson. He's pitched pretty well up until the start here. Nobody outruns at first and second. Gives up a base hit and then a walk.
Well, this is the first inning they've had 2 base runners for the River Rats, so see if Aaron Clark can help capitalize on that. His jersey was grazed by a pitch last at bat. Nelson looks back at second. First pitch across for a strike. Thinks about the runner there at second, steps off the mound.
Trying to play a little cat and mouse on the base paths.
Well, if you're the River Rats, you probably want to be a little aggressive here, but
You do.
Don't want to get caught.
No, you want to obviously score some runs.
Second pitch is low, even the count, 1-1. We got a player running over to coach at third base. One pitch on the way. Checks his swing, strike 2. To Clark. Well, worst thing you can do here is hit into a triple play, right?
That would be correct. Although I'd love to see it.
Barring some horrible injury, of course. Nelson's got the stuff, though. Strikes him out swinging. Gets Clark for his 4th strikeout of the night. Nice pitch.
Yeah, it was a nice pitch from Nelson. He needed that, get that first out of the inning.
Well, it was on the corner enough, it may have even been a called strike, so. Solid swing from Clark, but nothing doing there. 1 away. Runners at first and second for Jack Watson. 0 for 2 tonight. This one gets popped up. Way behind the backstop. Bounces off the asphalt into the grass.
Little work in the Redbird bullpen. Some arms.
See one of our fans going back to chase that foul.
Yeah. One of our fans?
Probably one of your fans.
Could be, you never know.
My fans don't make the commute. A little action out in the bullpen for the Redbirds.
Carson Celine getting an opportunity to get that arm warmed up.
Throw back to second. Not enough for a tag, just enough to scare him. Gotta keep him honest.
Get the uniform dirty.
Gotta get that uniform dirty. Nelson looks back at second again. And this pitch is high. Ball 2, 2-1 count to Watson. 1 down. Nelson gets the call, looks back at second. There's the throw. This one's skied to right center field. Right fielder's over to make the catch. Runners will stay put, and that's 2 away.
Yeah, big second out for the Redbirds. With runners at first and second. They had runners at first and second, nobody out.
And now you can focus on the plate.
And Nelson working out of a jam.
Nice to have the confidence in your defense behind you.
Yes, absolutely.
But, he's starting to get those strikeouts going as well. So last time Duffy was up, he got him. Back in the 3rd inning. Nelson sets up here. First pitch driven down the left field line. That's going to fall in, roll to the fence. One's going to score. Runner will hold up at 3rd, and that's a solid double for Tim Duffy.
Yeah, he just turned on that pitch and crushed it down the left field line.
And that is exactly what you need if you're the River Rats, to start bringing in runs. So we'll see what Dave Nahai can do here. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 down.
Now they're just looking to try and at least chip away at this lead.
Good opportunity for him here. See if he can get a couple more in there. First pitch is low. You gotta be careful with those. A big lead for the runner off 3rd base there. Stone, I'm sure, would love to come home on a wild pitch.
Yeah, you just don't, as a pitcher, you just don't, you want to keep the ball around the plate. You just don't want to give anything up. Don't want to throw anything behind the catcher.
1-0 pitch coming in. And that one's hit. Bounces off Nelson and gets through the infield. That's going to score 1. Runner's going to round 3rd, throw to the plate.
Oh, he's safe.
Does not get the tag in there, slides under it. And that's going to be a 2-run shot for Dave Nahai.
A little bit of action now for the River Rats trying to come back into this contest. Talk about getting the uniform dirty.
And that was a great slide by Duffy to get under that tag there. The throw was in time.
We'll take another
Let's see
quick
that
look
one
at
more
it.
time here. He just dove straight under the tag.
Well, I don't know. I think he got a piece of him, but I think the ball popped out.
Take a look here.
Let's take another look. You better look at it here.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
knocked the ball
Yeah.
out of the glove. That's why you get the uniform dirty.
Absolutely.
Got to score those runs. Man on second, 2 out. Luke Hansen with an 0-1 count. Make that an 0-2.
Yeah, I saw you before the game sliding around the dirt, getting your uniform dirty.
Well, that was the rule back when I played baseball. Is if your uniform's not dirty, you're not playing.
That's right.
It's like breaking a sweat before basketball. Now, when I talk about my sports days, this is all grade school.
Oh, I would imagine.
I didn't do anything fancy like
Nothing,
high school
no,
hockey.
no high school? No high school hockey? No, well, not a lot of us can have the storied career of Joe Young. High school hockey player, minor league baseball player.
That one's outside. Great job, though, by Stein to keep that one from getting past him. 2-2 is the count here. And that'll be strike 3. Ends the inning, but the River Rats get a couple on and a couple around the bases. Score 3 to chip into that lead. We'll see how Coon Rapids responds when we're back with Coon Rapids Baseball here on CTN.
Kids will spend 8 minutes decorating their little brother.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn stay healthy. Brush and brush with a grown-up every day.
That's
Deer running backwards
wow.
now. Limbering up there. We'll see if the gets
deer
called on.
Think that deer can dap?
Well, we've got a new pitcher for the River Rats here. But the River Rats definitely caught the scent of baseball here. Scored a couple runs that last inning to chew away at the Coon Rapids lead.
Trevor Stone, who has been DHing tonight, will come in and throw. So we move to the bottom of the fifth.
What was a 5-0, then a 7-0 game is now 7-3. Cut the lead almost in half. We see another River Rats player out in the field there. It'll be Joe Lewis leading off the fifth inning for Coon Rapids.
Oh, we'll see if the Redbirds can get some of those runs back. Give credit to the River Rats. Down 7-0, able to get 3 in the top of the fifth. Make it a ball game. Nice pitch.
First pitch strike there.
The first time these
Trevor Stone.
Redbirds batters, of course, have seen Trevor Stone.
That one's grounded to second. Easy put out. And one away.
And certainly Trevor Stone and his River Rats teammates want to come here and just get out of the inning quickly.
Schomburg takes first one inside. Ball one.
Ball one.
Couple ground outs for him today as he sees ball two. Stone working pretty quick there from the mound. And we got a 4-pitch walk. So after getting the first batter, he sends the second one over to first base.
I'll give an opportunity for Keen Paxton, see if he can move him along, one away.
A lefty here, so outfield will shift over.
Did they shift over when you were in grade school for when you were up at bat?
Oh, they didn't play outfield when I batted.
Oh, just like were they everybody who played infield?
Yeah, they moved everybody in. It's a risky defensive move, but
it is,
paid
but you know,
off.
it did pay off. It's called the Jeremy Smith adjustment.
Strike one there to Paxton. Actually, believe it or not, as a short guy, was a leadoff batter because I would draw walks with almost no strike zone. I used to be a lot faster in my old age. I've lost a step
you
or
were
two.
faster in your old age?
But there's a comma there. Yeah. Sorry. In my old age, I've lost a step, yes. I'll enunciate my
Thanks. I appreciate
pronunciation, period. Paxton pops this one up, fouled, rushing over to get it, not quite there. Little fear of the fence collision.
Yeah, but he ran right through that fence.
That does make it 0-2 to Paxton. Good effort there, just couldn't quite
Good
haul
hustle.
that one in.
Good hustle. Good hustle.
Sounds like a candy from the 50s.
Yeah, when you get home from school, you can have a piece of good hustle.
Good hustle bar. How's that hustle? It's good.
It's good. It's chewy.
Thrown back to first there. Keeping Schomburg in place. 0-2 to Paxton. Fouls off another one. This one's high for ball one. One-two count, run on first with one away. Hit and run was on there, but that one's fouled off. Charbridge gets to jog his way back to first base. 1-2, good at bat for Paxton though.
Yeah, well, yeah. You want to keep the pitch count up if you can. Work that at bat.
1-2, hits it to left field. Great catch by the left fielder. Will Watson hauls that one in, and they get the runner back to first base.
Yeah, did a nice job of getting under it.
Good job tracking that one, getting his glove out, extending.
Yeah, gotta like the extension.
And he got that uniform dirty. That's how you play.
Got grass stains on him.
There you go. Gets that important second out there.
Not quite as dirty as Tim Duffy behind the plate.
First pitch to Doug Grebner. 1 for 2 tonight. Singled. Scored last inning in the fourth. Fouls that one back. That'll make it 1-1. I always love seeing catchers in the on-deck circle with their shin guards on.
Yep.
Runner's going. It's a strike, but he's there in time for the stolen base.
Good job base running. Get to second.
We'll get a 1-2 count for Grebner. This one outside. Watches that one go by, even it at 2-2. Grounds this one towards short, third baseman in to make the play. And that throw goes high and over the base. The run's gonna score. And Grebner will make it over to second on the error.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's gonna be a tough throw to get him out, and he rushed that throw and threw it right past Aaron Clark. Gets Coon Rapids a run back.
Scoops that one up and
over.
So high up he doesn't even bother to jump for it. Coon Rapids gets one back here. So once again we have a runner on second with 2 out. Tyler Stein hits the first pitch. Back to center field. Can of corn, as they say. And that'll close out the inning. Not before Coon Rapids scores one more. 8-3 here at Wintercrest Park. We'll be back after this.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Getting dark, so we gotta bust out those night vision goggles, but we still got the deer in our sights.
Run, Bambi, run.
A lot of backtracking for the Deer.
Literally.
It's been straight ahead running for the Redbirds, though, after that 5-run first inning. Gave up a few, but got a few back.
Nelson.
Joe Nelson will come out for his 6th inning of work.
Taylor Nelson.
Taylor Nelson.
Joe Nelson.
Too many Joes, too many Nelsons. Should just start giving them all last names that are single letters.
We talked about that.
We did.
It'd still get us confused.
I have it written down and I can't keep track.
See, you're more like Joe Young all the time.
I don't know Joe to make mistakes on the air, though. So.
Oh. Couple.
Travis Zedna pops the first one up to the infield. And that's one early out for the Redbirds.
Yeah, trying to get a quick inning here.
River Rats were able to cut into that lead a little bit their last time up. Got a couple hits on the board, too. First pitch here to Watson. Misses for ball 1. Cracks that pitch to third base. The throw is there in time, and that is 2 away.
Well, Sather has a gun from third base. He just rifled that ground ball over.
He looks like he took his time on the throw, but once it leaves its hand, it gets there quick.
Yes, it does.
If he had a real rifle, we wouldn't have that deer problem in the outfield.
Absolutely, we'd all be eating well.
Sunflower seeds are going to have to suffice for now.
Apparently. It's my dinner. Dinner of champion.
Leffler sees ball 1 from Nelson here. Had a chance to come around and score that first run for the River Rats as he takes ball 2. That one hits the zone square. Real still night out here.
Yeah, working that velocity. Still has it here in the top of the 6th.
Now one grounded to second base. Throws there in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Coon Rapids. We go to the bottom of 6 with the lead 8-3.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Sweetheart, can I give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Oh dear, where's the deer?
That deer's name is Waldo. There's Waldo.
Found it. Our crack camera crew always able to get those color shots.
Yep.
The deer. Trevor Stone came on last inning in relief for the Redbirds. Was able to get the first 3 Redbirds out last inning, so we'll see if he can keep that up. Coming back around. Top of the order here. Skagg takes strike 1. Not a bad night for him. 1-1 the count. And Stone's been pretty decent so far in relief.
Yeah, and they just he did give up the home run I believe that was him who gave up the home run. Yeah, he did give up the home run, I believe.
Nope.
Nope, that was that.
Nope, that was still Bronson.
Charles Bronson?
Yes. He had a death wish. And that is a walk to get a runner on for Coon Rapids. And inevitably, we talk about how the pitcher's doing a good job, and he walks again.
Yeah.
So.
Brings up Zach Sather, who did hit that home run off Charles Bronson.
Gets strike one across. Sather's come across the plate twice tonight. Runner goes. No throw, nobody covering. It's a nice, easy stolen base for Dan Skog.
you like the easy ones. You don't even have to slide into it. Just take the base.
If you can steal second, keep your uniform clean, you're doing something right. Or the defense is doing something wrong. Sometimes it's a little of both.
Or the catcher just decides not to throw the ball.
There you go. That one's drilled up to the second baseman, holds the runner there, and they get the out at first. But again, Skog moving over there on that last pitch prevented the double play. So only one down with the runner still in scoring position. And that'll bring up Jake Paulson. Single and a walk tonight for him. Or not. We have a different batter here. No?
Nope.
Do I just have his number written down wrong?
Number 2?
Yeah, I did something wrong.
Come on, you.
That doesn't sound like me.
Well, it's the 6th inning. We figure we correct our mistakes by the 3rd and then recorrect them again in the 6th. By the 9th, we may have it right.
I'm just trying to spot that deer right now. That's why I keep losing track. This one gets fouled back. 0-2 to Paulson. Scoreboard said 0-3 for a second there. That was nice. And that'll make it 1-2.
And that's the hometown scoreboard.
There you go. Runner looks like he was about to go, and that one's singled to the gap. Left field, runner's rounding third base. And he holds up as the throw comes in time. Safe back at 3, and that is a single for Paulson. Moving some base runners there.
So we have a runner in Christian Amont, number 29 for the Redbirds.
Some speed over
Get some
there
speed on the, yeah.
Avoid that double play ball. Hansen pops this one up. It's going to be close. Stays in the fence, but not quite able to make the catch. Hitting a chain link fence at that speed is not
it'll leave a mark.
Not something nice to do. Stone gets the corner on that one. 0-2 gets ahead of Hansen.
Yeah, nice pitch there to just keep it that low part of the zone.
And great framing there by Duffy too. Pull that one in a little bit. Gets the signal. Runners on the corners. Runner going. This one's hit. Back to center field. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag from third. That'll be a sac fly for Hansen.
RBI.
Always love that.
Makes it 9-3 now in favor of the Redbirds. Yeah, just enough lets that run score easily from third base.
Enough distance on it. Another Joe at the plate, Joe Lewis. Got his name right this time.
Yay. The lefty.
He's 1 for 2 tonight, and I'm 1 for 3 on his name. So 2 for 3. 2 for 3.
2 for 3. Hey,
There we go.
that's good.
So I'm about as good as our graphics. This one's popped up. Shallow on the infield. Catcher calls for it. Grabs that one, and that'll do it. One more run for the Redbirds, though. 9-3 lead. You're watching Metro League Town Baseball on CTN Coon Rapids.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Some artsy work there. Picture-in-picture deer shot. Some amazing work. We'll have this available as a postcard later.
Yeah.
And we'll get a shot of the moon as well.
Hey, you know, we could get the shot of the moon with the deer jumping over it.
Hey, diddle diddle. And we are here at Wintercrest Park watching some baseball. Lights are on now all the way. Sun's starting to leave us. Technical crew clearly super engaged. And who's that out on the mound?
That's Gabe Gastenmeyer. Of course it is.
So Nelson threw 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs.
Gastenmeyer comes into this ball game with a 1-1 record, Jeremy, and a 12.86 earned run average. There it is. Wishing you were here. Greetings from Minnesota.
Dear Diary.
I have hoof and mouth. There's Don Bright. Don Bright's in the house. Coming over from his VFW game. Takes a tip of a hat to Jeremy Smith.
I always appreciate it. This one hit down toward first base, but our relief pitcher able to make the sprint over there to get out number 1.
Yeah, he reached behind him a little bit.
Top of the 7th.
Made a good play.
It's just a foot race from the mound to first base. Is a little shorter. And that's 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Top of the order here, Aaron Clark takes strike number 1.
Brought some heat with that pitch.
The gun we have here. Yund officially had it at faster than 50 miles an hour. I've got a low grade one. 50's the top end.
Does he have an app on your phone for that?
Yeah. It's in beta right now, so it maxes out at 50. It's been clocking all of them at over 50. 1-1 to Clark with 1 away. Misses on the inside and low. Be ball 2. One pitch on the way. grounded down to third base. Nice easy throw.
Yeah, stay there with
from
an easy
the
play.
Zach.
Oh, he breaks the bat over the knee. I like that. What'd the bat ever do to you?
Well, it didn't help.
It was their only bat.
Get another look at that one here. Fielded cleanly.
Yeah, plenty of time. And then watch the
that bat break.
There it is.
There we go.
Right over the knee.
First pitch fouled off by Watson. Or to be fair, he broke the handle part of the bat. Middle of the barrel, that's where I was told. That's
Well, yeah,
where you gotta break
you
it.
break that over your head.
Oh, yeah.
You're just a man's man.
Well, Bo Jackson call back there.
Yeah.
One outside, 1-1. One more pitch popped up, and this one's going to be out of play.
Good spot for Gastenmeyer to be in 1 and 2. Had a look at it, remember his name.
Once we get the hang of it, they'll
I
bring
know.
in the closer.
That's exactly right.
And that one gets Watson swinging. 3 up, 3 down, end the inning with a strikeout. Redbirds looking to score some runs for the 4th straight inning when they come back here on CTN Coon Rapids.
I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still. 1 second.
Boys, hang on, boys!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Black and white off the main camera there. The time's wrong, so is the date, but that is the correct deer. That's the important part here.
Deer hunter.
Wintercrest Park, full of wildlife, or just one deer.
And Jeremy Millington.
We try to keep him locked away, though, as much as possible.
We do. We do.
Don't want to startle the deer. Bottom 7 here, and like we mentioned before break, Coon Rapids able to score some runs the last few innings.
Yeah, they got up to a quick 5-0 lead and then built it to 7-0. And then the River Rats able to get 3 back, but Coon Rapids able to get a couple more to push that lead to 6. The bottom half of the 7th.
That first pitch to Sean Birch hit out to center field. Not quite sure where to play it, but he gets there. Makes the catch. Not sure if he had a little trouble tracking the ball there. He went in, then back out, then back in.
He wanted to get his exercise.
Tracked it down there. Well, they've had plenty of exercise in the outfield.
They have.
For the River Rats. Keen Paxton watches the first pitch go by here for strike 1. Second pitch outside. 1-1 count. This one in the zone gets popped up to left field. Easy catch for Will Watson there. Unlike his diving catch from
yes,
from last time.
A couple of quick outs for the River Rats.
That's what they need.
Yep.
Grabner will come up to bat here. He's singled and scored this game. First pitch outside, ball 1. This one also flied out to left field. Watson's over there, and that'll be the shortest inning of the night for Coon Rapids at the plate. Rats get off with 3 batters, get them all to fly to the outfield. We'll be back with more deer here on CTN Coon Rapids.
No.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Not a deer, but we're in the 8th, so we get the 8-bit music here at Wintercrest Park. Staple of Brian Troush Audio Productions.
The man, the myth, the legend, Brian Troush. Christian Amont out in right field for the Redbirds. We saw him as a pinch runner earlier. He's going to take over for Dan Hansen in right.
Not much time left here for the River Rats, facing a 6-run deficit.
Down to the last 6 outs.
Only 6 outs left.
Yep. Hey, it's a deer. Hey, the date's now right. As is the time, I believe. No, the time is not correct. The date's right.
Well, when this is live, the date will be right. When they replay it, it'll still be wrong.
I blew our secret.
But here we are.
The deer is our new intern.
Top 8. At least he shows up. It's better than some other people.
Yep, there he is.
Tim Duffy takes strike number 1. He's had a decent night at the plate.
Big swing and a miss.
Hoping to add to that here. 0-2 to him.
I like that beard.
It's a solid beard. And that'll be strike 3 looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kastenmeyer. Always nice to do. And look at the placement on that one, right in there. Duffy thought that was going to go a little far inside, but was mistaken. That'll bring up Dave Nahai. He doubled last time he was up. First pitch outside for ball 1. Mosquitoes are starting to come out.
They are. They're feasting.
Nice to see the state bird. The 1-0 pitch is over for strike number 1. 1-1 pitch on the way. Gets him on that inside again. Seems to be his go-to pitch right now.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball down low in the zone, and as he mentioned, working that portion of the plate.
Low and in,
low and
keep it
inside.
on the hands, yeah. Gets him swinging on that one, and that'll be the third strikeout in a row for Kastenmeyer. Great pitch that last time, had the batter expecting it inside. That brings up Luke Hansen with 2 away. Strike swinging.
Throwing with some nice velocity. Just keeping these River Rats hitters out guessing what this pitch is coming. He takes a little something off that one.
Doesn't quite make it there though. Evens the count at 1-1. Another solid pitch. Go up 2-1. 2 away here, top 8. And he gets him looking. 3 strikeouts that inning on 3 batters. Always nice for the defense when you're protecting a lead. And we will let the 8-bit music take us out to break. We'll be back with more baseball on CTN Coon.
7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Oh, upside down.
We're getting crazy now here.
Dancing on the ceiling. How does he stay up? That's what I want to know.
He's probably using Stickum. They haven't banned that in the Deer Leagues yet.
Apparently not. Dear Diary. Just hanging around the ballpark.
Bottom 8. Coon Rapids hanging on to a 6-run lead.
Yeah, in the bottom half of the 8th.
Nice place to be in. Chance to pad that out a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Three flyouts in a row last inning. Tyler Stein takes ball 1. Trevor Stone on the mound here. Pops that one, shallow center field.
Into the night sky.
Leffler is there to make that catch. As long as they've put those flies into gloves and not over the fence,
they're okay.
You'll take it.
Yeah, then they're okay.
Dan Skaga, as you see, 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a run. 2 runs, actually. And that one's going to be a single to left field. Nice solid hit there.
Yeah, jumped on the first offering from Stone.
Stone's pitched enough that they kind of got an eye for him at this point. It's always an adjustment in the middle of the game when you got a different pitcher to deal with. Especially after getting used to first pitch balls from the start. Sather steps in. Watches that first pitch go by.
Nice pitch.
Pitch on that one. That was pretty. Let's get that on a postcard.
Next to the deer.
There you go. Drills that one to left. Fielder is there to make the catch, though. A little bit of a jump, but gets the put out. Last few innings, Watson's had a lot of work to do out there.
Yes, he has. He's been busy.
Still a good night for Sather, though. Home run back in the 4th. Paulson takes strike 1.
Actually, that is
we got
Christian Amon.
There you go.
Hitting 077 as he steps to the plate.
This one's skied up over our heads. Foul back to the grass. Puts the pitcher head 0-2. Fouls another one back. This one just misses the stands.
Just clears the bleachers.
Don't get that beautiful metal clang.
I like that metal clang.
Metal clang and the good hustle bar.
Ooh, good treats for after school.
0-2 pitch. Hit back out.
Watson again.
To left field. Watson gets another put out, and that'll end the inning. 1 left on. And we go to the top of the 9th. River Rats have to get 6 back. If we were going to see the Redbirds at the plate again, we'll find out what happens next with more deer on CTN Coon Rapids.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
New pitcher on the mound.
That would be Mark Lundholm.
Lundholm coming in to close out the game with a 9-3 lead.
Comes in with a 301 record and a 1.57 earned run average. Pretty impressive.
It's pretty solid.
Number 9.
For a closer there. And he'll be facing Travis Zenda. Zenda steps out of the box here while we make sure we're ready to go. Probably don't want to start him with an 0-2 count, so you can ignore the graphic there. First pitch is a ball.
And the 2 outs as well.
Wow. Nice to know our truck is still hard at work trying to find the deer again instead of updating what's going on. (2-0). Then 0 for 2 tonight. Did reach on a walk in the 4th inning. Gets that one over for strike 1. Did get confirmation from the truck. The deer watch is still on. They are still trying to locate it. 2-1 pitch just misses. Ball 3. 3-1 count. This one gets fouled back just over the catcher of the screen. Full count, 3-2.
Looking to see if he can get the out here after starting behind the count.
Well, like we said, you never want to put that first batter on base. This one gets fouled just outside on right field, but our first baseman Kyle still over there at first. Makes the catch for out number 1. Bring up Will Watson, who's had a lot of work out in left field lately.
He must be tired, Will.
See if that warmed him up. First pitch down and away, ball 1. Single back in the second for him.
Pitch caught the outside portion of the plate.
That'll be 1-1. Fouled back for strike 2.
Just over our heads.
Yep. Always a little terrifying. I know you have you here to protect me.
I will do what I can to protect you.
Appreciate it,
Jeremy.
Appreciate it. So the 1-2 pitch on the way. Grounded hard. Second baseman Jake Paulson makes the play easy though. Tracks it over, and that'll be 2 away. 1 out left for the River Rats.
It's like Dan Skog is over at second now. They fooled you.
They did. They got me.
How dare they?
Well, they didn't.
How dare they?
This was their last chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of last chances, 1 left to go. 1 out before we're over here. Leffler steps into the box. Takes strike number 1. Single and a run scored in the 5th inning for him.
Another nice pitch.
A 1 pitch catches that corner. 0-2 with 2 down. This one gets grounded shallow short.
Gonna be tough. Oh, nice throw.
And they got him at first. Another 1-2-3 inning. 4 of them to end the game. Great defense and pitching from the Redbirds tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice win for the Redbirds. They started with a big first-run inning and didn't look back. They controlled this ball game from start to finish. 9 runs, 8 hits, no miscues in the field. There you see 3 runs, 4 hits, and a couple errors for the River Rats, and that'll drop the Rats to 12-18 and push the Redbirds up to 16-13 on the season. A big win for them as they continue to try and push for that 4th spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a good start from your pitcher.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice to pitch with the lead as well.
You bet.
But pitchers that came on in relief both did their work and held on to that lead.
Now, it's been fun tonight, Jeremy. Glad you had a chance to sit in for Joe Yund. Big shoes to fill, and you did a great job.
Well, they're not quite clown shoes, but they're pretty big. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Here from Wintercrest Park, we'd like to thank all of you for watching CTN Coon Rapids, all our nature shots of deer, and our camera crew. For Howie Shapiro, this is Jeremy Smith saying good night.